Hi, welcome to the video of data mining. In this video, I am going to teach you rule generation in association analysis, which is under data mining and warehousing of ETU syllabus. Yes, in the last video, I have posted the video regarding a priori. So, in that, we have seen how to generate the frequent item sets. So we had two steps. One is to generate frequent item set and the second one is rule generation. So in order to find the frequent set, we have used a priori algorithm and we have followed the first rule, that is, if the support is greater, with the help of the support measures we have calculated the frequent item sets. The second step is to, after getting the frequent item set, we have to mine the rules. So we'll be having so many association rules with the frequent item set. Among those association rules, which rule is the best one? That's what we are going to do now. We are going to select the best association rule among all the rules generated. So how can we select this association, the best association rule, with the so many rules whichever is generated? So with the help of the second rule, that is confidence rule. So the rule whichever is satisfying the minimum confidence rule, that is, every rule should be greater than or equal to minimum threshold limit of the confidence. So we will see now how to use and execute this rule. Yes, given a frequent item set L, find all non-empty subsets of subsets F which belongs to L. F is a subset of L. F is a subset of L. This is the symbol of F. This is the subset of symbol of subset. So F is a subset of L such that F tends to L minus F satisfies the minimum confidence requirement. That's what I said. So whichever rule we are generating, that should satisfy the minimum confidence requirement. Yes, what is F? F is nothing but a subset. So what is L? L is the item set, frequent item set. How this frequent item set is calculated? That's what we have seen in the previous video. That is, using a priori algorithm, we have calculated the frequent item set. So we'll be taking only the frequent item set among all the items. See, in the brute force approach, we have so many item sets which cannot be taken and we can go for rule generation. So we have used a priori principle which reduced the number of computations and which reduced the frequent set into 2. We have been given with the 2 item sets, frequent item set, with which we are going to calculate the association rule now. We are going to generate the association rule now. Yes. So ABCD. What is this ABCD? ABCD is nothing but the item set. So L is nothing but ABCD. L consists of the item sets called ABCD, which is a frequent item set candidate rule. So in the previous step, we have calculated that ABCD is the frequent item set. So I am taking only that frequent item set and I am going to generate the association rule. See, from this item set called ABCD, how many candidates can be generated? Candidate set can be generated is, see, with the help of the formula, F tends to L minus F. So what is this F? F is nothing but the subset of L. So what is L? L is ABCD. So ABC is nothing but the subset of ABCD. So ABC tends to D. What is D? D is nothing but L minus F. So what is L? ABCD. ABCD is L. ABCD minus ABC is nothing but D. So we have taken ABC tends to D. So from this formula, we are deriving this. Similarly, we can derive all these rules. See, I have to take another subset called ABD now. So I have taken ABD. So ABCD minus ABD is nothing but C. Then I am taking another subset ACD. ABCD minus ACD is nothing but D. So whatever possible association rules that can be generated with the ABCD, that I am generating here. So we have come out with all the possible association rules from the item set ABCD. Now what we have to do is, So we cannot go or we cannot work with these many association rules. So we are going to select only the association rule which is going to satisfy the minimum confidence requirement. So how can we select this minimum confidence requirement? How can we select the association rule which is going to satisfy the minimum confidence requirement is with the principle. Yes, this formula called confidence of A tends to B is equal to nothing but support count of A union B by support count of A. So already we have seen this formula. Support count is nothing but how many times that A and B are occurring together divided by support count of how many times or how frequently the A is occurring. So this is nothing but support count. So if I divide these two values, then I will get the confidence value. Clear? So here it is given as support count. It is not support. That you have to remember. Support count is different. Support is different. Support is equal to support count divided by number of candidate. But support count is nothing but number of times A and B are occurring together. So number of times A and B are occurring together divided by number of times A is occurring. That will give the confidence of A and B. So if the confidence whichever we have calculated is greater than the minimum confidence threshold, so the minimum confidence threshold will be given. So if we take that minimum confidence threshold is 50% and we are calculating that the confidence whichever we have calculated is 40%, then our association rule is less than the minimum confidence threshold. So our association rule will be rejected. If it is greater, if the calculated confidence is greater for the association rule which we have taken, that is 60%, which is greater than the minimum confidence threshold, then it is accepted. So this is how we have to find the confidence rule and check the association rule whichever is accepted or rejected. So the same thing whichever I have defined in the previous slide has been given, same formula. Next we will see the illustration here. Yes, yeah, A, B, C, A, B, A, C, B, C, A, B, C. So the same thing whatever I have shown in the previous slide is given already. So these are the subsets which I can generate from the item set A, B, C, D. So I have again illustrated with another example, that is, yes, A, B, C. Here the item set is A, B, C. With the A, B, C, I can generate the subsets called A, B, C, A, B, A, C, B, C, A, B, C. So A is nothing but the subset of the item set A, B, C. So I minus S is nothing but ABC minus A. So what is ABC minus A? It is BC. So this is how we are generating association rules. Similarly, we can generate all the association rules with respect to this item set ABC. So again, if I want to generate another rule, B tends to AC, then C tends to AB. Then if I take the subset of as AB, then AB tends to C. Then AC tends to B and BC tends to A. Then for ABC, all the three items are there in ABC, so we cannot generate. So these are the association rules. Now for these association rules, we have to check which rule is satisfying the minimum confidence. Yes. Yes. So again, so this is the item set, frequent item set, which is the result of the a priori principle, so which has the minimum support threshold. So the item set which was selected after the a priori algorithm is I1, I2, I5. So what I am doing, I am generating the association rules. See here, this is another example which I have taken for your better understanding. So I1, I2 is I2 tends to I5. How I got this? Because my item set is I1, I2, I5. So if my subset is I1, I2, So I1, I2, I5 minus I1, I2 is nothing but I5. So this is how I got. Now we will calculate the confidence. See, if you see this transactions, if you see this transaction history, I1 and I2, how many times the support count of I1 and I2 we have to check now. See, support count of I1, I2, here A union B. What is A here? A is I1, I2 and B is I5. So how many times I1, I2 and I5 are occurring together? All the three items are occurring together. So if you take this example, here once and I1, I2, I5. So only once I1, I2, I5 is here again. So twice it is occurring. So 2. By how many times I1 and I2 are occurring? Because I1 and I2 is nothing but A. So we have to count how many times I1 and I2 are occurring. So if you check here, I1 and I2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 4 times I1 and I2 are occurring. So 2 divided by 4 is equal to 50%. Then what is the next rule which we have generated? I1, I5 tends to I2. So I1 and I5 along with I2. So I1, I5, I2. How many times it is occurring? Same. Like previous set only, this also having the same set of items called I1, I2, I5. So how many times it is occurring? 2 times divided by how many times this I1, I5 are occurring. Now we have to check because this is A. So I1 and I5 are occurring how many times? Together 1, then 2 times. So 2 by 2 is equal to 100%. So like this we have to calculate the support count of left hand side and the right hand side together, items which are seen together, and divided by support count of only the left hand side items, which will give you the confidence value. So these are the confidence value of all the association rule. Now we have to select only that association rule which satisfies, which is greater than the minimum threshold, greater than or equal to minimum threshold confidence. So minimum confidence threshold. So if we keep that 50% is the minimum confidence threshold, then what we have to do? We have to reject 33%, the association rule which is having confidence of 33%, and the association rule which is satisfying the association 29%, this should be rejected. So all the other association rules can be accepted. So this is how we have to calculate the association rules. We have to generate the association rules and we have to select it. Yes. In general, confidence does not have any anti-monotone property. Monotone is nothing but if the subsets, if the set is occurring, if the item set is occurring frequently, then the subset will also occur frequently. That is nothing but monotone property, or it can be called as a priori principle. So anti-monotone is just converse of it. That is, if the item sets are occurring infrequently, then the superset will also occur infrequently. If it's that supersets will also occur infrequently. So what is subset and what is superset? If you take the item set ABCD, the subset will be ABC, AB, AC, BC and A, B, C, D. So these are all called subsets. What is superset for the item set ABCD? So ABCD, if you take, the superset will be from A to AB, then ABC, then ABCD. So from top to bottom we will get subset. From bottom to top we will get superset. So that is how the subset and the superset are generated. If you want, I can show you with the diagram what is subset and the superset. So with this I'll conclude my video. I will post the continuation of this video in the next part of the video, in the next video. as part 2 rule generation. Thank you for watching. Bye.